Hi, everybody.
Hi, hello. Hola, Natalie. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Tere. How are you today?
Good, good, good. Is everybody happy today?
Everybody ready for some Oaxaca style mole tamales?
I am. And without further ado, Abril, why don't you get us started?
Okay, let's do it. Let me just put the volume up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen today in another episode of Cooking with Northgate. And today we have a very special one for you because we are making tamales from scratch. You ask and we listen. So, el día de hoy, today we're going to make the dough. We're going to make the filling. And we're gonna make them with the banana leaves. So we're gonna go pro today, Tere. Are you excited? This is our last tamal class, by the way.
Yes, right? I'm excited. It is our last tamal class. And if you missed any of them, you could find them at www.northgatemarkets.com. Cooking classes, you scroll to the bottom and all our videos are there. But yes, you're right. It's our last tamale class because tomorrow you're teaching us how to make a holiday dinner, which has nothing to do with tamales.
Nothing else. And I think the class that we're giving out tomorrow will be the last class of the season. So hopefully you will join us tomorrow, same time at 6 p.m. here, well, there, everywhere, wherever you are. We're going to cook together and it's going to be awesome. So, okay. Today, we are, as I said, we're doing some tamales. I just want to say a few things before. One, as I always tell you, if by any chance one of my kids popped up in the screen, I apologize in advance because, as you know, I'm cooking from home and that can be a little tricky sometimes. And also, bear with me today because I got my shot for my booster shot today and I'm feeling a little weird. So just remind me what I was saying if I lose track. But okay, guys, so let's go through the ingredients for these delicious tamales. And these are my favorite tamales to make always because it reminds me of Oaxaca, and we're gonna do them inspired by a class I took over there a few years ago. So, oh, and by the way, if you guys want to learn how to do mole from scratch, today we're not going to do the mole from scratch because that's a whole other class, but Northgate also has that class storage for you, right, Tere? Has to be somewhere there a year ago. I gave that class. So, but for today, we're going to use the regular mole paste. And for a matter of time, I'm going to use this one, which is already mixed with some broth, but you guys can always use the thicker one, or you can use the bars, or you can use the one that comes in that little jar. What else do we need here? We are going to be using 3 pounds of Masa Harina for the tamales. We also need 1 cup of lard. We need 1 teaspoon of salt. We need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. We also need some chicken broth that I reserved from cooking the chicken that we're going to be using for this recipe. Here we have about between 2 and 3 pounds of shredded chicken. This is la pechuga, the breast. And it was 2 big pieces. So I calculated that each piece was about 1 pound, give or take. We also are going to be needing some banana leaves. I have them here. And we're gonna be cooking these later today. But for now, so I think that's it, right, Tere? Oh, also to enhance the flavor of the mole, since we're not doing it from scratch today, we're gonna be adding, and this is totally optional, but I have here about 1 to 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and also more chocolate. You can also add some other ingredients if you want to like kind of boost up the flavor of your mole. I always, when I buy it like pre-made like this, I like to add some stuff in so it tastes better, okay? Okay, so let's start because this is it's very long process that we're gonna cook today. So let's get this party started. Before we do so, remember that if you have any questions at all, you can type them in the bubble, the chat bubble, and Tere is gonna tell me whatever you are asking. And if you're cooking with us today, please let me know if you need me to take it a step slower and so on, okay? Tere. So the first thing we're gonna do, oh, and also, let me know if you can see all the way over here. If not, I can kind of move this a little closer. But if you can see here, I'm using this blade for my mixer to start preparing our masa. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start whipping the lard. Lard is another thing that we need. A cup of lard. So it's 3 pounds of masa, 1 cup of lard, and 1 cup of caldo. That's the average formula. But it's hard though, guys, because honestly, I don't know if that happens to you, Tere, but it's very hard to put a señora recipe in writing. Because I went with my mom, with my tia, with my dad's wife, and they all gave me different ingredients. When I first started making masa, it was so frustrating. But I think that what happens, at least in Mexican culture, is that cooking is a process that goes since you were very little, and it involves you hanging out with the people cooking when you are tiny, and then just looking at what they're doing when you start growing up, and then helping around with this and that. And then at the end of the day, you start doing your own idea of what you have, of what you watch, what you observe throughout the years. And so there's no like particular recipe, if that makes any sense. But okay, I'm sharing with you my recipe. Okay, guys, so we're gonna just start by whipping the lard, and we're gonna do it in a medium heat. And since we're gonna leave it over there, we're gonna leave it about a few minutes. And while we do that, we're gonna start cooking our mole. Talking about multitasking, Tere? We're gonna do everything at once. Are there any questions so far? Are you there, Tere?
Yes, I am. No questions so far.
Perfect.
Multitasking here, trying to get this to work.
Oh yeah, we're having some technical issues as well with the program, with the Zoom app. So bear with us, guys. I'm just gonna start adding the mole paste, which is not so much as a paste as it like a thick caldo. And we still are gonna combine the rest of the ingredients. So let's bring in 1 bar of chocolate. Okay. And whenever I add chocolate, I like to break it so it dissolves faster. And you can add 1, you can add 2. You can use any type of mole you want for this recipe. I recommend the black mole, since this is a Oaxaqueña recipe. That will be more suiting like to the recipe. But I don't think there's anything in the market like fast to make or like pre-made black mole. I've never seen it. And I wanted you to see this process, so that's why we went with this one, but it's okay. Any type will do, really. We add also the peanut butter. As you know, mole has peanuts and it has a lot of ingredients. This is a little trick I learned to add some peanut butter, not too much, just like a few spoons. Okay. And now we mix and we wait. I also think I'm gonna add a little bit of caldo. I have caldo here, and I'm just gonna add un chorrito, a little bit. So it dissolves nicely.
Is that caldo de pollo?
Yes, it's a caldo de pollo that I saved it from cooking the chicken. And we're gonna use it for tamales, the masa, and also a little bit here. And if you're cooking the mole from the package or, you know, a thicker version of mole, make sure you add caldo de pollito. We also add some salt in this step. Once this is all incorporated, we're gonna start, we're gonna move forward to add the salt. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here for a little while and let's check on our lard over here. Okay. So I want to show you how it's starting to whip. And so, guys, this process of whipping the lard and making the masa for the tamales takes about 30 to 45 minutes. You really want that to be there like for 15 minutes. We're gonna rush it a little bit because of this recipe. I wanna show you guys everything that the process involves, but make sure that when you're cooking it, it does take about 15 minutes to whip the lard. And then we're gonna start adding the masa, the Masa Harina, slowly, okay? Let's say a cup at a time. And what I do, let me move this to the front so you guys can see. And, oh, this is ready already. Oh, ya empieza a oler a molito aquí.
Qué rico.
Have you had your booster yet?
No.
Have you guys had your booster yet? I mean, I'm glad I did it, but I know that the first day is like kind of weird. Hard process. Okay. Okay, guys, so let me show you over here. And by just adding more chocolate, the mole turns darker, which I like. Also more flavorful. So I'm gonna add some salt. Let's add about 2 teaspoons of salt. It's bubbling already. And let's bring in the chicken. Now, this mole, I'm not gonna make it super runny because I don't like a lot of caldo in my tamales. I like them thicker. So I can like work with my hands and everything. No hay mucho caldo. Like we did the last recipes.
So what are your favorite tamales, Abril?
What, my favorite tamales? Well, I really like these ones, but I think that from like above all tamales, my favorite ones are the green ones. The norteño style tamales that we did a few weeks ago. Yummy. And look at this. It's so creamy and rich. This is because of the peanut butter and all the ingredients we kind of added to boost. It makes like a really creamy sauce. I'm gonna try it because I cannot. Ay, qué rico. No. Oh my gosh, it's sweet, it's nutty. I'm just like automatically feeling better. Oh, there's nothing food cannot cure.
There's nothing like Mexican comfort food.
Exactly. There you go. There. Now, if you like your mole to be spicier, you can add also some crushed chiles, or you can blend some chiles, you know, the dried ones. You can blend some guajillos, some ancho chiles with your mixture. Ay, qué rico. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. Now, let's start over here. And to do this step, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm gonna help myself with one piece of this parchment paper. So we don't make a mess. I'm a messy cooker, I have to admit, but we're gonna go like kind of 1 cup at a time. Adding all the masa slowly. And like you can see, this process is long, and then we have to, the ideal is to mix the masa once all the ingredients are in there, to keep mixing it for half an hour at least, which we are not gonna do today, but just write it down, guys, so you know. What are your favorite tamales today?
A mí me gustan the red tamales, pork.
Yes, those are like the all-time favorite. So
Yes.
My daughter's favorite tamales are those, and my husband too. But okay, here's a question. Do you like tamales with banana leaves or with corn husks? What are your favorites?
I'm such a tamale freak that I like them both.
Okay.
I tasted some the other day that were, I don't know, oh, look, people like them with banana leaves that I think were Central American, and they cooked the masa and they were bomb.
Yeah. Oh, they cooked la masa como?
So like the masa you're making, they actually cook it a little.
Oh, okay.
So they're asking, does it have to be made the masa, or can they buy the prepared masa from the store?
You guys.
I don't know. You're the queen of hacks.
I always recommend buying the masa. Like, you know something, guys? There is no real reason why you have to make the masa if you can get it at Northgate, and it's so good. It's like on point. The only reason we switched, this class was gonna be masa pre-made from Northgate, but people were asking in the last classes if we had a recipe of masa from scratch, and that's what we're doing right now. But there's no need to go through all these complications. Yeah, if you want to hack it, just go get the 5-pound bag of masa para tamales in Northgate, and you just save yourself like 45 minutes of work. So that's that.
Has anybody made tamales? I made some on Saturday.
They're so good, Tere. I really love. Okay, now we're gonna add a cup of caldo de pollo. And we keep like out then the baking powder. And
I love, Nandy says, I've never made them, but I love to eat them. Kind of girl.
Yes, I like to make them and I like to eat them and everything. Now, guys.
So tell us.
And this is the part that I keep saying, like, there's no rules in kitchen and you have to kind of just seize the final product per se. So if you see that it's not, because what we're looking for at the very end is a masa that it's kind of like wet paint. It's so thin and it's not grainy. So for that, you have to keep adding and adding more chicken broth until you get there.
So Avril, we made spinach, corn, and rajas tamales this week.
¿Rajas with queso or just rajas?
No, con queso y espinacas y elote.
Oh my gosh, those también are my favorite. With cheese, rajas, elote. And have you made uchepos? Have you tried uchepos?
No, and then we made some bean and cheese ones.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then we made Nicole's recipe the other day. We had fun on Saturday.
Oh, so you had like a tamal party, Tere?
Nos puso a hacer mi mamá, if that's what you call it.
Well,
somebody had a tamal party. Let's see. Natalie made mole tamales in Oaxaca, and they were so good. And now, thanks to you, she's going to know how to make them.
Yeah. So I have never been into a tamal party, but now that I've seen it's a thing, I really want to do that with my family.
I told my sisters next year we're not letting my mom tell us what to do. We're going to have a tamalisa.
A tamalisa. And I've seen these videos where everyone is chipping in and making like parts of the. Okay, Natalie, a tamal party is like these Mexican families gather together, like the tios, the tias, the nieces, the nephews, la abuelita, everyone. And so they make like these stations of tamales, like some of them make the masa, the other ones fill them, and then some of them fold them, but everyone's like having fun and they're drinking, but at the same time, everyone's doing the tamales and it's so fun. I was like, this is a cool thing. I want to do that.
It's drinking and making tamales, Natalie.
Exactly. There's nothing more Mexican.
Some people make them some people make different types of tamales, and some people drink tamales, and you're usually making them and freezing them. So it's an reason to have a party, Natalie. Oh, and then we made for all those that were in the class with Isabela, her horchatitas, we made them on Saturday.
What? Oh, the horchatita, the drink?
Yes, they were margarita horchatas. They were very nice.
Oh, I want to try that, Tere. I'm gonna go to Northgate to see the recipe. Okay, look, guys. So let me show you. I'm gonna pause this for a second to kind of show you how our masa is looking. Starting to look like what we're looking for. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna add any more caldo. So be sure when you're making this to have a big amount of caldo near you, so you can kind of keep adding and adding until you get this consistency. It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe this consistency. It's a little bit wet and it's a little bit like Play-Doh because it's not sticky, you know, like, look, it's not sticking, but at the same time, it's not thick. And that's the best way I can describe this. We're gonna.
It's like masa you buy at the store.
Exactly. There you go. Perfect. There's no need, but it's okay. It's okay. We can kind of, it's important to do it one time and see what's going on, but okay.
Yeah, if we ever move to the Midwest or something.
There you go, Tere. And we are so lucky to have Northgate here to like fill out all of our Mexican needs. But yeah, there's people out there that really have to do it. So it's important to have it. Okay, I'm gonna keep mixing this while we work with our banana leaves. It's gonna be mixing up in medium high, okay? Now let's go get our banana leaves. And this is my favorite part. Look at this beauty. My favorite tamales come in a banana leaf for sure. So to me, perfection would be a green tamal of chicken in this leaf. Okay, so as I told you the other day, guys, where did my, oh, here they are. Sorry about that. I need my scissors. You need scissors for this step. And we need to either you wash them or you wipe them with a cloth. They already come clean, but sometimes it's better to kind of wipe them. At the end of the day, these are actual tree leaves. So it's better if you wash them just in case. And then what are we looking for in like shape-wise? We want rectangles. So today we're not gonna fold them the usual way that we did the other days. We are actually going to make like little pouches of tamal. So for that, we're gonna need, I'm just getting rid of all these shapes that do not suit us. We need like something like this. This is like a good average size. And I am going to make with you guys, let's make 4 tamales. How's that, Tere?
Sounds great.
Okay. So I'm just gonna get, and remember, don't discard all of the little pieces because we use those to line up our big pot and other things. So I have 2, and then out of this one, I'm gonna make 3. And then last one, 4. There you go. I'll save these ones for later because once I finish my class, I keep doing tamales. Okay. So let's clean them up. There we go. And then we're gonna remove the sides. Banana leaves have like a thicker side that we don't want. So we're gonna get rid of that. Okay, here goes one. We clean them, we wipe them. Really nice, like this. Okay, next one. We cut out the hard parts. There we go. And as you're cutting them, you can smell. 1, 2. You can smell the banana scent that they have.
I know. They smell good.
Yes. I love banana leaves. I'm making sure the inside side is you keep very clean this side, okay? Because our masa is gonna go in here. You can totally notice the difference. This is the outer part, the outer side. It's more shiny and the green is like brighter. And then the other side is like opaco. Okay. I don't know what I did with my last part, but you know what? I'm gonna show you how to do a tamal with 2 pieces. Okay. Now, most of you know what is coming. What step is next? Let me show you what we're gonna do next. Okay. Tere, I cannot believe that the year is closing. This is so weird.
We've had the last 2 years have been crazy.
I know. Okay, so I started my stove, both burners, and we're gonna start cooking these babies like we did last time. Remember, Tere? And it's just a fast process. As you can see, the color is changing already. And we're doing this because this is gonna help us bend the leaves. Once the heat is applied, they become soft and more, what's the word? Moldeables.
Easy to manage.
Yeah, easy to manage. There you go. Okay, see? Now you can really use them. Before, if you do that to a fresh one, look what happens. It breaks. So heat is the answer. Now, I left it, I got distracted, and look, you need to be very careful, okay? Because they burn fast. Okay, next. It's just a matter of a few seconds on each side.
Abril, they want to know if they could boil them instead of
Yeah, I've seen people do that. So I personally never done that, but I've seen that do. I learned to do it this recipe like this. That's how I learned. So I just keep doing them. But the other day, someone asked if they could put them in the microwave. And to me, that was like, oh, probably. So
if they're wet, maybe.
I think you know what? I do not own a microwave, so I don't know. It stuck with me, that question. I was like, oh, that's so smart. Probably will work with a microwave, you know? But I have no way to figuring that out. But if somebody does that and it turns out that it works, please let me know. Please let me know, because I could get a microwave only for that. I had to get rid of my microwave. It was here. And when I did my kitchen remodelation, I was so obsessed with this hook that I sacrificed my microwave in order to get it. And now I regret it. You know how many times I've used this? Like 3. Microwave we use every day.
You'll find a way.
Yeah.
If you really need it.
Hey guys. So do you see how I just turned it around? Like I kind of look for the places that haven't been heated up and I take there in the stove. And I'm gonna break these so we can do 2 types of tamales today, shape-wise. You can also use a comal. If you don't like open flames or don't feel comfortable working on an open flame, you can always use a comal, but that's gonna take you longer. We Mexicans have no problem with open flames, huh, Tere?
No, a calentar tortillas.
See, I always tell my daughter, like, this has no more sensation, my fingertips. No more. Okay.
By the way, I loved your daughter's Northgate video.
She's a natural.
I guess you like your ponche with piquete.
Oh my gosh, she's so funny because she gives me tips when we're recording. She's always like, oh, and how about we say this? And how about we say this other thing? And I'm like, oh my gosh, she likes the spotlight. Okay, guys, let's move to step number 3. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the masa, but remember, 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, actually. There we go, okay? And let me wash my hands. Oh, and I need to get my best friend, Tere, remember? Okay.
Actually.
I'm gonna show you 2 ways in which you can fold these little tamales de mole. Let me move it here. Do you have a good view? There you go. Okay, so the ideal way would be on a rectangular leaf like this one. This is the inner side, okay? And then we get my spatula. And now that you said there's different types, Tere, I've been looking everywhere for spatula for tamales. Oh my
So
gosh.
when you go to Northgate tomorrow, ask them. Because I saw that Nicole got one. And then who else got one? Isabella got one at Northgate. So
everyone but me. And I didn't even know. Okay, you make like a little circle in the middle, and then you add a little bit, not too much, like about this of chicken in the middle. You don't need to do anything else, guys, but fold it like first you folded one side, then you folded the other side. There you go. Then you fold it like this, and then you fold it like that. And that's it.
wow.
You press it, okay? And that's it. Now, that's very pretty and all because most of the leaves are gonna be these big, right? We're gonna do another one to show you. Just a little bolita here of masa. We make it in a circle. Here we go. I think I went overboard with this masa. Here we go. We add the chicken in the middle. This is gonna be a bigger tamale, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of chicken. And then we fold it in like this. We press it, lo aplastamos, and then we fold. And that's it. But, oh no, I don't have any more long leaves and I have a lot of little pieces. Well, there's no problem. You put one in the middle, making sure that the one in the middle has space enough to hold your bola de masa. Mira donde metí la cuchara. Like this. There we go. Okay, and then we have the chicken in the middle. This one's gonna be a smaller tamal. and then we fold like this, and then we fold like this. So nothing goes to waste, guys. Just making sure that they're very well folded and that there's no little hole or anything, an opening in which the water can get in, okay? Because then it's gonna get soggy. Okay, we're making the last tamal, Tere. Are there any questions before we move forward?
No, Abril.
Everyone's paying a lot of attention. I love my classes. I was feeling so bad and now I just forgot I was feeling bad. That's how much I like these classes. Okay, we fold and then we fold again. We squish a little bit and then we fold again and we fold again. There. Okay, perfect. Tere, now let's move to the next step, which is cooking the tamales. And for that, as you know, we need our tamalera. This is not particularly a tamalera, but this is the one I use. They have these cool ones at Northgate. Another important part of the tamal pot is one of these. Whenever you get a tamalera in Northgate, they're super big and they already have a built-in rack, which you need to steam your tamales. We are going to put, let's put the water first and start it. You want to cook them in low to medium heat. And we add water. This is a cup of water that we're adding. Let's add another one. 2 cups of water, Tere. And then we line with banana leaves inside of our pot. I'm gonna use all the ones that we didn't use at the very beginning. Ideally, these leaves are also softened already. For time purposes, I'm not gonna do that, but make sure you do when you are doing this step. So they're easy to place in your pot. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. Okay, and we bring, and so the fun part of these tamales is that you can stack them one on top of the other because they're really folded and nothing's gonna come out. So you can make like a little tamal pile inside of your pot. Then we place one last leaf on top. And we cover. Oh, Tere, did you try my trick?
I did, and I told Nicole your trick.
Oh, there we go. And that's it, friends. Now, you want to cook them until the little masita bowl is fully cooked, and this is going to take about 45 minutes. And once you do that, you just open your tamal and get ready to enjoy. Easy peasy, Tere.
Thank you, Abril.
Well, thank you. See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Can't wait to share with you your holiday meal recipes. And I know it's a little longer of a class, but very excited. And don't forget to post those when they're done, para que se nos antojen más.
Yes, I'll definitely do that. Yeah, and remember, guys, tomorrow is going to be a longer class, but it's totally worth it. We're doing three-course meal, a traditional Mexican dinner, holiday dinner. And so I hope you join us tomorrow too. See you tomorrow, Tere, and thank you for being here. And I'm so happy to be here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Boy.